waiting a month to do this full review on the Pixel 8 Pro. I'm going to talk about its wins, its losses, its strengths, and its weaknesses when it comes to the competitors. The looks and feel of the Pixel Pro is second to none. Well, you got this nice matted back that resists fingerprints, and of course you have the signature visor up here that houses the cameras. Very classy looking. And then it's finished off with this nice anodized side, color matching. And on the left side you have the SIM card slot and antenna bands. And when you move around to the right side, you have the antenna bands as well as the rocker arm, volume control, and the power button. And this is where it differs from other phones. They have it reversed with the power button on top. This could cause an issue for some people, but it's just something you have to get used to. Then going around to the top of the phone, of course you have the microphone for recording. Then on the bottom you have the USB-C port, which is 3.2. So you have faster data rate transfer and a little bit faster charging. And then the speaker down below, and then just above the camera on the front, you have the second speaker, hidden in that very thin, elegant bezel. So the look and feel of the Pixel 8 Pro for me is a win, with maybe one exception, and that's the power button being above the rocker arm. It could take some getting used to for some. Now the Pixel 8 screen is second to none. It's beautiful and it's great for consuming content, whether you're watching videos or just reading the screen. When it comes to videos, it does the HDR plus, and it's just beautiful. And I've always said that the glass screens are much better than the simulated glass that you get in the folding phones. So I really just love this screen. When you add the 2400 nits capability of this thing outdoors, just can't beat it. It's beautiful. OS performance on the Pixel 8 has been great. This thing is fast. It's very responsive. You can see here it flows really nice. It has the 120 refresh rate, and of course it goes down to 1 when necessary. So this is really nice to save the battery. So this is really fast and smooth. One thing I use on this phone daily, I use it on all my devices and it works really well, is my file manager. You can open this thing up, and I have a network server, which is really nice. So I store everything on that. I don't store it locally on the phone. So I go in here and I just open up my local network. Look how fast, boom, it's connected already. Boom, it's connected to the folder. And for example, on this, I'm doing the full review. There's all my files for this review so far. You know, it's so fast, so responsive. I create content right on here and then I send it straight to my server. I don't have to plug this thing into the computer to transfer files. I love this program. Now with the daily use of this device, it's very responsive. I haven't had any lag issues, haven't felt any bugs really to speak of. Yeah, I can't think of any bugs on this thing. It is really fast. And one thing I'm always concerned about when I get a new device is compatibility. Will it be compatible with all the different apps that I use? With this thing, I've had no issue with that. As far as Android goes, they work on this one as well. When it comes to performance, this is actually my fastest device. It's faster than the Z Fold 5, even though it has a Snapdragon. This thing with its Gen 3 Tensor, it is fast. It's remarkable. And then of course the AI assistant is just awesome with all the different features you have on this device. So when it comes to performance, speed, compatibility, this is a win. There are no losses that I can find so far. Good job, Pixel. Features of the Pixel 8, the Pixel 8 Pro. This thing, I would call it the AI feature king. There are so many things I can't possibly cover it all in this video. I'm just gonna give a brief on a couple of them. You know, simple things like this tap on the back and you can save your screen. I mean, that's pretty cool. And you also still have the home button that you can do for double tap. In other words, double tap the home button and you got your camera, boom. So fast, so convenient. One of the great features of the Pixel 8 is it will be your phone answering service. This thing will answer calls for you. It'll screen the calls. It'll ask them questions before they'll actually let you through. And then it will ring things through if necessary. Now security on the Pixel 8 is really nice. They've stepped it up. You can actually use facial ID. It'll open up for you just by looking at your face. And what's even better, now I can get into all my password secure apps just with my face, just like the iPhone. This is the only phone that I know of. There may be others, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a great feature that I really enjoy using all the time is where it will read things to you. You open up an article, for example, open this page up and I don't want to take the time to read it. Maybe I have earbuds in, maybe I'm driving, whatever. So I just want to hear it. So I say, okay, Google, read it. And it'll start reading it.
Review. Most super thin Pixel 8
really cool.
case has MagSafe
And
minus the bulb.
If you're a speed reader,
Smartphone cases are a place where personal preference
just speed it up.
And for many, a lot of cases tend to overdo it on the design or thickness and lack key features.
That's really nice. I really enjoy that feature. And now here's something new, and it's only in the Pixel 8 Pro. It's the thermometer on the phone. This is pretty interesting. You know, Now, I thought like everybody else that it was gimmicky. You know, when it first came out, I thought, what in the world would you use it for? But guess what? I'm using it all the time. You open this thing up, you got a thermometer here, and you can just take the temperature of anything. Now, I've actually taken this outside, as you can see here. I've gone outside, I've taken the temperature just standing outside when it was cool out, and it gave me a perfect reading. And then I went and looked at the weather report or my weather app and saw the temperature. Then I came inside and I went to my thermometer inside the house. I checked it, checked the temperature with the thermometer on here. They're within a point of each other. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty cool. I think it works really well. There are so many other AI tools on this and so many features on this. I'm gonna have to do a separate video on features and AI. So look for that coming in the future. I'll talk about a few more here when I get into the camera. So let's talk camera on the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro. On the Pixel 8 Pro specifically, it has so many new features going along with the additional lens. Now the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro both have a 50 megapixel main shooter, as well as a 48 megapixel ultra wide. And with that ultra wide camera, you can actually take micro shots, which is really nice on this device. And then the Pixel Pro has an additional 48 megapixel zoom lens. This goes up to 5 times zoom. And boy, I tell you, that comes in really handy. Now, if you really want to get into the details about the photos, check out this video here. So the differences on the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro, basically, as I mentioned earlier, is that 5 times zoom. Now on the Pixel 8 Pro, you also have the Pro mode. So when you open up the camera, you can actually go to settings here, click on Pro, and now you've got Pro mode. And you can set 50 megapixel photos versus 12. I always leave mine on 50. You know, Apple boasts how they process their photos down to 24 megapixels. Well, guess what? With the Pixel Pro, you can process it down to 50 meg. You can keep it at 50 megapixels. Now, the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro not only take incredible photos and videos, but they also have great editing for the photos on this device. Now, there's a lot of smartphones out there where you can erase unwanted images or items in your image, like photo bombers. Let's give it a quick example here. You got this photo here that I took, and I didn't like the idea of this trash can being in there. So you got a couple choices. You can go to edit, and you could just hit tools and magic eraser. Everybody's heard of the magic eraser. So you click on magic eraser, and it's gonna wanna make suggestions, but most of all, you just wanna circle something, circle that, make sure to get the shadow too, circle the whole trash can, and it's gonna erase it, as you can see here. That's all gone. And it didn't actually erase the shadow all that well. Let's try that again. There you go, better job, shadow's gone. Now the Pixel 8 Pro goes above and beyond. It has an additional feature here in the editing. You can click on this, and you click on this little icon right here. It's called Magic Editor. Magic Editor will open up, and there's a couple things that you can do in that. You can actually move items around as well as erase. And what I found is when you erase something on this one, it does a little bit better job. You get everything with less pixels. It'll also give you 4 options to choose from, and you can pick one of the better. And if you don't like any of those, you can actually tell it to process again and give you more options. That's a pretty cool feature. Makes it easy to edit things out of the photo. So as you can see there in the first shot, it took it all out and it looks more natural than in the other photo. Now you can also move something in the photo if you want to. So in other words, say I didn't like the garbage can there. Let's say I want to just move it over here and make it a little larger because it's closer. I can do that too. And there you go. And then you tell it to process it. It'll move the garbage can. Why I would want the garbage can still in my photo, I don't know, but it'll do that too. So there you go. Garbage can has been moved. So there you have it. It moved it right on over where I put it. That's pretty neat. You can move people around in a photo if you want to. I'll go into more detail on these features in other episodes. Watch for them. Now let's talk battery on the Pixel 8 Pro. You know what? I think it does a better job with the 120 to 1 hertz ratio. So it does a little bit better processing in conserving power. And you know what? I do not feel an overheating issue in this device that I felt in the Pixel 6. And heating really drains the battery. So I get a full day's easily, day and a half. I could probably even get 2 days. It's just I'm one of those battery conscious people that if I get down to 25%, I gotta charge it. But this thing will, I believe it'll do a day and a half with ease, possibly 2 full days. Now let's answer one of those most important questions. Is the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro worth upgrading or purchasing for the first time? From my point of view, carrying a Z Fold 5 around and having that big screen, you know what? I've got to say yes. the Pixel 8 Pro is a really good device. When it comes to the camera, it outperforms the Z Fold 5 in just about every scenario, except for video. Pixel has a little problem with video, but I think that's going to be addressed in future updates. So we need to look for those. But other than that, the AI assistance on this thing is just remarkable. So in just performance alone, this device really works well, and it outperforms the Z Fold 5, I think, in most tasks as far as speed goes. Even though the Z Fold 5 has the fastest Snapdragon chip so far, it still outperforms that. Price versus value of the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro. Is it worth the money? You know what? They did increase the price a little bit, like $100 on each device, I believe. But you know what? They still do trade-ins. So if you do a trade-in, you can get a discount and you can save some money there. Now, if I perked your interest on the Pixel 8 and Pixel Pro, watch out for the great deals. They're still taking trade-ins on the phones. And also you got Black Friday coming up, so there may be some specials and sales. So watch for those you might be able to take advantage of. So coming up on the holiday season where things start to slow down, I'm gonna do a lot of how-to videos, educational videos. So if you have something that you wanna know how to do on any of these devices, whether it be the Pixel 8, the Samsung, I even have a Surface, tablets, go ahead and shoot me, comment down below, and I'll see if I can't cover that for you. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the how-tos and any of the great content coming this holiday season. Thanks for hanging out with me, and God bless.